This is Blender for Jewelers, and today I'm going to show you how to make an oval diamond bezel setting ring. I'm going to show you the workflow from making the bezel itself to the ring and then connecting both of them and make them polished for rendering or animation. Hope you enjoy! I'm going to start by selecting a ring size, so I'm going to press N and go to my Jewcrafts add-on. I'm going to go to curve and select size curve. I'm going to make it 17.8, which is EU 56 or US 7.5. And then I'm going to add a gem and I'm going to choose an oval one. And I'm going to make the size 7.9. It's going to be around 1 carat. We can close that. And on front view, I am going to move it up. I'm going to make it 1.5 millimeters above my ring size right here. And I'm going to deselect this little arrow, so both of them, so it will lock them both and I can't select it. If you don't have those arrows, you can look it up over here and deselect or select whatever you like. I'm going to start by making the bezel first, and then I'm going to add the band itself. I'm going to add a circle, and I am going to make it 12. I don't need 32, it's a lot. And in edit mode, I'm going to move it up right in the middle of the rundist, right here. And on top view, I can scale it on the y-axis and on the x-axis, so it will fit perfectly to our gem right here. Again, in front view, I'm going to extrude up on the z-axis, just a little, not a lot, so it will look like the setting is covering the gem. So I'm going to scale it right here. It's going to be inside of my gem. And the top part and the bottom part, I'm going to extrude again on the z-axis right to the middle and scale it down so it will be inside of the gem. And now I'm going to extrude that again right over here. Just move it down from my ring size. I'm going to select the top part in top view, and I'm going to extrude it and scale it. And it really depends how much gold you would like to see in this setting. If you're going to make it for production, no less than 1 millimeter, 1.1, because this is 1 carat, it's a big gem, and the stone setter need material to work. I'm going to make it 1 millimeter because I like when you see a lot of gold. And in front view, I'm going to move it down just a little so it will have this diagonal line. And then I'm going to extrude on the z-axis right here. I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to close it right now. And I'm going to select those 4, press F. And then when I press 2 and select the edge, I can keep pressing F until everything is filled. And I have my bezel setting right over here. The next step is to make the band itself. You can make it in a lot of ways. You can make it in curve modifier to make it flat first and then put it on a ring. But for me, the best way is to make it straight on the size itself and connect the bezel to it. So I'm going to add a new circle, and this time I will make it 32 because I need more vertices. I'm going to rotate 90 degrees and I'm going to scale it up, and this time I'm going to scale it over my size. And I'm gonna make it 2 millimeters from here, from my bottom part. And from this side, I would like it to be, and from the front view, I'm gonna make only this part higher. And I'm gonna fix this one. I want all of this bottom half to be the exact same size, and then it started to be bigger and higher. And it really depends what kind of shape you like. I'm gonna start only on the right side because now I'm gonna delete the left part and I'm gonna add a mirror modifier. And the object will be my oval, the mirror object. And I wanted to make this kind of shape. I want the bezel to look, so I'm gonna make this part right over here. And I'm just gonna fix it and delete those vertices. Went back too far. And clipping, very important. And I'm just gonna make the shape that I want the bezel, the band to look like. That we have only this part, I'm gonna go to the top and I'm gonna extrude on the y-axis right here, and I'm gonna put it right over here, just at the top of my gem. I'm gonna go to my right and I'm gonna do this shape from the right. I'm gonna make it small at the bottom and then grow at the top. So I'm gonna press Y so it will be on the y-axis too. And I'm gonna select the two parts that are at the bottom right here. I'm gonna select the proportional editing and just move it on the y-axis. I would like it to be at the bottom around 2.5 millimeters. And I'm just gonna fix it to the shape that I like. It really depends how much gold you would like to see and how you would like to see it. Good enough for now. I'm gonna add a subdivision surface, gonna make it 3 and shade smooth. Now I can do it a lot better, so I will know the final shape right here. In here. Before I'm gonna continue with my shape and band, I thinking about how to connect both of them. So to connect them, they both need to be with the same modifiers and same data. So I'm gonna select my bezel from the top and I'm gonna select only the left part and delete those vertices. And I'm also gonna select the one from my y-axis and deselect those vertices. So I can add a mirror modifier from the Y and Z, clipping, and oval for the mirror object. So it will be similar to my band. And I'm gonna add a subdivision surface and make it 3, shade smooth. And now we can join both of them, Control J, and they are now both connected. Now, by pressing 3, I'm gonna select my faces and press F and face. And I can also delete this part right here. So I need to connect both of them and think about how it will look, the topology at the end. So I'm going to start by selecting the outer loop, and I'm going to, on the front view, I'm going to press extrude and scale down. Now see, it doesn't go quietly in the right direction. So I'm gonna go to my transform pivot point and I'm gonna select my 3D cursor because this is the midpoint of my ring. So extrude and scale down, and I'm gonna scale it right up to my ring size. Right here. And I'm gonna add another loop cut right in between, in the middle. It should look like that. And let's start by connecting those four. And we can move that part. We can select this one and press twice G, and we can just move it right over here. And now we can select those four. And I have a really good connection between both of them. But the next part, if I'm going to select those four and press F, it will give me a really bad topology. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select those two vertices and I'm going to extrude on the x-axis until they clip. And then I'm going to select 1 and 2, those two that are closest to each other, and press M for merge and select at center. And now it gives me a smooth transition. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for this one, extrude on the x-axis, and I'm going to find my two vertices, merge at center. So it will give me a smooth topology. And now I have this part. Let's go to my front view. And I can move it right to my ring size and just fix it so it will be in the right shape right here. And I'm going to extrude that on the y-axis until they clip and meet. Right here. And then I'm going to select these vertices and delete it. So we will have a hole. Now I need the same vertices so they will bridge accordingly and will look good and get a really good topology. So I have right here, I can open my statistic. And again, remember, this is only half, no, it's a quarter. So I have 4, and in here I have 3. That means that I need another vertices. So I'm gonna add another one right over here. And I'm gonna select 1, 2, 3, and 4. Press F, another 4, and just see that it connected. Yes. Right here. And now, after I finished connecting both of them, I can fix my ring and after I finished this part, I can just fix it the way that I like it to look like. So I'm gonna just move that right over here. And right now, it doesn't really look like an oval. So on top view, let's just take this one on the y-axis. So it will look a little more oval right here. And from the right, let's see how it looks. Let's just fix that part. It really depends how you would like the side to look like, right over here. And let's just bevel that part by Shift E, not too much, just a little, right over here. And I'm gonna bevel the inside so it will be completely straight, and I can make it a little bigger right here. And I'm gonna move it down so it will have, I'm gonna move it down, and I can bevel this part as well. Let's see, just fix this part so it will be round. This one can be even deeper right here. And I'm just gonna fix the middle part, the part that is inside of the gem, and make it a lot more oval right here. So the gem will be much more visible. Let's just change that part and make it to the shape that I like. And I think I'm gonna move that part right here. And it really depends on the shape that you would like to see. Right here. And you have your ring. Let's add a new color. Now, it's really important if you're making a render to do the material and then change what you like, because sometimes it looks really good on shaded mode like that. And then when you put it in something shiny, it looks a little different. So just see and explore what makes it looks better. Let's move that one so it will be more oval. And we can even add a loop cut inside right over here, so it will look even smoother. Right in here.